Hustlers, creators, conversationalists. You are now listening to the Girlfriends Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We missed y'all.
Yes, we did.
On this recording.
What's crackalacking?
And today we're going to talk about a few things.
Yes, but the main thing
is
we're gonna get into, back to school, college, we're gonna give y'all a little something.
Yes, we have some tips for the upcoming.
We retired in the game. We've been there, done that. So
pretty much, school is about to start. If it hasn't started, has college?
I think people are starting to move back in.
Okay,
they moving in. Yeah.
People are starting to move back in for sure.
So we got some tips for y'all. I know me personally for the college freshmen because y'all don't know what you're getting yourselves into.
But we do have some tips to make it easier.
Okay,
It's not as bad.
so I guess
Start off.
let's see. The first category would be like moving on to campus and making friends. What advice do y'all have for that?
See, my first semester, I said, fuck that shit. I stayed in my room. I ate.
That's not what you're supposed
y'all
to
gained
do.
20 pounds.
Okay, this is the not tip.
Yeah, that's what you don't do now. Second semester, I was at every party, going to class, kind of tipsy from the night before, hangover type shit. You aren't supposed to do that neither, but I was getting out there, I was enjoying myself.
Tell the people what school and university.
I went to UNC Pembroke for undergrad, and then I did UNC Charlotte for graduate school. Great schools.
Both in North Carolina, if y'all don't know about those schools. So yeah, don't stay up in your room, and that's the quick way to gain the freshman 15.
And that's a quick way to miss things that's going on as far as like connecting with your fellow classmates or like just people on campus. You never know. Like you could run into like people who are upperclassmen or people like faculty and staff, things like that. So don't just always stay locked up in your room, because I did that. Actually, Aya moved me in with my parents.
So hurt.
My freshman year. It's actually been 8 years since that.
That's crazy.
And I cried. I cried so bad. I
didn't want to go to school.
I wanted to go to school, y'all, because on my Facebook memories from 8 years ago, they pop up this month because this is about the time that we moved in.
I have a picture of your dorm room.
Oh.
It popped up not too long ago.
Then you should have sent it to me.
Yep.
So, my memories popped up, and then we were just looking at it, and I was like telling my coworkers, like, I remember when I moved into Shaw. I went to Shaw University, and I cried. Like, I was so ready to get there. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to get there and make me. I was on Facebook 8 years ago talking big shit about, I can't wait to get there, meet new friends. I'm starting fresh, I'm gonna come home and be brand new. I ain't never coming home, actually.
She didn't.
Girl, I cried. When I got there, I cried. Naj laughed at me, but
it's
Aya
so
was
crazy.
so...
I felt so bad for her. But what's crazy is Nikki cried like her life was ending that day, and literally a week later, she was living her best life on
home. Everybody, we had to go see her. She wasn't coming to see us. We had to go to Shaw.
Right.
Yeah,
y'all. We had to go to Shaw, but I did have fun when I went to Shaw, though. I met some people and stuff.
Out of the three of us, first of all, I was the first one to move in freshman year. Second of all, I'm the only one who went to an HBCU, so my experience was a little different than two.
I kind of wish I would have went to an HBCU though. I would probably encourage my kids to go to an HBCU, because I feel like growing up, especially maybe it was the hometown we were in, they didn't really make it seem like HBCUs were that great. And so for me, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go to a PWI then, which is a predominantly white
Which
institution.
I can see you at a PWI. I can see why you chose it.
I just wanted to go somewhere small.
I think you fit well.
I was just mostly like, my school had to be small. That's it. I'm a country girl. I'm not with that city girl shit. I like my environment just to be easy to adapt to and to get around. I don't need a GPS to get everywhere. I still use GPS when I come to Raleigh.
But I feel that. I'm just saying, in terms of like HBCUs, I feel like being at an HBCU, you are more confident. You're able to embrace yourself more because you're surrounded by
everybody that's just like you.
But see, with that, I think it depends on what type of PWI you go to. Because see, at Pembroke, it was all types of people: Indians, Africans. That was my first time seeing Ethiopian people.
And I would give UNCG that, because I started at UNCG and transferred to state. I feel like UNCG was more diverse, where NC State, there's black people on campus, but like it's like if I could sum it up to be something, it's like don't know, it's like the countryest of the big
Universities
colleges around here. Between Duke, UNC Chapel Hill, and NC State, I feel like NC State is like the country one where you see niggas in camo shirts and Make America Great
It was
Again.
that country, bitch.
Y'all, when we
Yeah.
had our student body presidential election or whatever, it was literally like between people of color and white people, and there was literally white guys walking around campus with Make America Great Again hats on. Like, it felt like dear white people, I swear. So that's how I'm like,
serious, Aya?
Yeah, I
I'm
ain't
so
deal with that.
I don't know. See, in that at my HBCU, you probably would have they would have took that hat off you.
and don't
right
get me
there.
wrong, I love NC State because we had a dope community of black people, and I mean the school wasn't terrible, but like I said, it'll make you look at white people
Yeah,
some kind of
I
way
ain't
sometimes.
experienced
I
that.
don't have that type
Now,
of
some of the
patience.
Indians down there were kind of racist towards black people. They don't want them dating outside their race, and they didn't like want us on their land. But other than that,
Well, they
there
get
was a
paid
whole
for
group
that.
chat with
Yeah,
we
they
had
get
a town
paid.
hall. There was a group chat with white people talking about hanging black people, calling us niggers.
Oh, I seen that on the news.
All of that. We went to a town hall. All of us black students were enraged talking about it because they found out who the student was on campus. They didn't suspend them or nothing. They claimed they would do something about it. Nothing happened
yeah,
to that boy.
typical.
Of course.
He issued an apology, and that was enough for the campus. So that's why I'm like, I kind of wish I would have went to an HBCU because I feel like I would have been appreciated more.
Definitely.
And felt
You would have
more
definitely.
welcome.
Felt
And that's
safer.
why I love that I actually went to an HBCU.
Now I did love when I went to when I came to Shaw, or if I went to campuses like Fayetteville State or any place.
Winston Salem.
I
You used to
felt
go to
at home.
Winston?
Yeah, I went to Winston.
Mm-hmm.
I felt at home and comfortable around my own
everybody
people.
around me, we are the same. We
Yeah.
we correlate in the same, like we correlate the same in so many different things. Maybe background could be like family,
Yep.
siblings, anything.
I mean, just black culture in
just-
general. Y'all
right.
understand each other more.
And I just love the fact that when I went to school, I met so many wonderful people from different places. Like, it was just
Yeah.
like, and we just connect. Like, it was barely anybody that was acting too uppity, acting too stank, and things like that. You have those people that mean girls, they would say, but like, I would like to say that I was one of the more popular people at Shaw, but that's because I'm friendly, I get
You
along
were
with
cool,
everybody, I was
yeah.
cool. And that's why now, years later, I've graduated and I still hang out with my friends that I met
Still have
from
those connections,
Virginia, DC, Florida, Maryland, everywhere.
Yeah.
Atlanta. I
Because
mean,
I was
everywhere.
I used to kind of feel not uncomfortable, but like not myself around her white friends, and I would be like, "Am I talking too ghetto?" Or she'd be like, "Just talk like yourself," and I'm like, "I don't want to scare them. I don't want to scare them. I ain't trying to scare the folks."
and that's the thing, like, you don't want to have to feel like you gotta
Like,
change
mask
who
who
you
you
are,
are
yeah.
because you're around. And that's why I just
That's the
appreciate
tip.
my HBCU. And there's a lot of black staff at HBCUs too that have also walked these same halls or walked this same yard. So they really helped us and looked out for us a lot, because I mean, I'm not saying white professors couldn't relate, but I feel like black professors related better to me at Shaw than my white professors did. And
Yeah.
we didn't have that many white professors. We had a lot of black and a lot of Africans too. That's another thing I like. My whole business department, all the professors were African. Every last one of them. So that made me even more comfortable at the university, because they looked out for me. Once they seen my last name, they was like, "Oh, Miss Sandy Manny, the Liberian girl." Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's me.
So like going back to the tip that we had, which was like get out of your dorm room, don't stay locked up, meet people. That's really important.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like Nikki said, those people that she met on campus are her friends to this day. Those are the people that she can call on. Those are the connections that she's made. She can, it's important for you to get yourself out there, meet new people, and that's how you grow.
Yeah.
And going
That's
back to another point that I don't know if you realize you made, the important point is to be yourself. Like,
Yeah.
don't go into college trying to be somebody you're not and trying to be someone else, because I can guarantee you who you are, there are people on that campus who resonate with you and who will connect with you because of how you are. And if you're going in there acting like you're somebody you're not, you're going to attract the wrong people. They're going to be attracted to you for this facade that you put on versus your authentic self, and that's how you end up with friends who aren't really your friends. So yeah, that's one of my tips.
one of the tips I have is be involved on campus. You know, join some clubs. Whether it's see, I joined the African club because
she low key.
You know,
she low key African.
Liberian now.
Yes.
But I joined the African club, and then I met more friends. I met Luam. Y'all know Luam. She's Ethiopian. I got introduced to a new culture. I met some people from Congo and all types of stuff. So me, I like to just learn and eat new foods and learn new cultures. I'm one of those people. So I wanted to learn more about my people, where they was from, what they do, what they go through. So join the clubs, learn the people around you, all of that. So you can kind of, because it's not always, just black and white.
Yeah.
You need to really see where these different black people come from, these different white people come from,
Facts.
different languages, like I said, different foods, music, stuff they do, all of that is an experience. So
get out.
Let's join the club. They have
Definitely
different clubs.
get involved on campus. Even if, like freshmen, I know something you're limited to do as freshmen your freshman year, but that doesn't mean you can't still get involved. Like you can run for Miss Freshman, Mr. Freshman. You could do freshman class president. Anything in SGA you could do. You could do the debate team. Yeah, just get involved. Get out there. Don't just limit yourself to just sitting on the yard and congregate with people. Actually get out there and do stuff within the university.
And speaking of clubs, you can give us a little bit of tips on Greek after she finished up, because that's considered a club.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind talking about that. So I am a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
I would do something, but I don't want y'all to put me on.
And for those of you who are like myself, who in terms of your immediate family, you don't have people who are Greek, you may be interested and have no idea how to navigate that, but I promise you it's not as scary as you think. I feel like just like any other organization, if you attend programs and you genuinely try to get to know people, it's important to build a relationship with those people. We're not scary, and I think in terms of being able to join those types of organizations, it's not just about having the perfect record, all A's, being the top athlete. It's about building relationships and showing that you genuinely want to improve your community, because that's a huge part of the organization. So my tip for that, I'm not going to give y'all a full blown lecture on how to join a Greek letter organization. My main advice is to show up to programs and be able to put yourself out there and network with the people who are a part of the organization, because those are the people who ultimately make the decision of whether or not you will join the sisterhood. It's a sisterhood, so why would someone want to bring you into the sorority if they know nothing about you?
What do you bring to that organization?
Yeah, what
to that
do you
chapter rather. But I will intervene and piggyback on something you said. You said it's not as hard as it seems. I will say, for some cases, because I know that the process is easier some universities and the process is harder in some universities, but overall it's not supposed to be hard. But who am I?
I'm not when I say hard, I'm not talking about the process in itself. I said, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of once they've actually taken an interest in you. I'm talking about if you want to get noticed, you have to put yourself out there and you have to join. That in itself isn't hard. Walking up to someone and saying, hi, I'm so and so, I'm really interested, I would love to learn more. It's not as scary as you think it is. But I think a lot of times people tend to psych themselves out and they look at people in these organizations as kind of being above, or it's almost like looking at people like they're celebrities. And me personally, I don't look at no celebrity as if they're better than me. So
see, we all put on our pants the same way.
So when I say it's not as hard as you think, I'm saying that person is no better than you just because they have letters. I don't feel like I'm better than anybody else because I have letters, because my letters don't make me, I make my letters. So I think it's important to just look at them as another college student who wants to do good in the community, and network with them off of the strength of that, not because you want to gain popularity.
So join for the right reason.
Yeah, if you
because
see a chapter on your campus and you see they're doing a lot of community work or they're very involved, those are things that should draw you to that chapter.
Not
like
because you feel like
not because she pretty. She pretty. I'm gonna join it because she pretty and I like the way they move. No, just join it for the right reason. That you ain't gonna join one sitting in your room locked up freshman year.
Gaining weight.
No. Freshman year is your foundation. Like that's where you start, and that's ultimately gonna determine how you finish. So you have to take freshman year very serious. And my tip is when you're starting your major decision or your minor decision, I feel like that's something that I wish I would have thought about more deeply before I chose. I feel like you should know exactly, do research on these majors and minors. When you apply for a school, there should be a list of majors and minors they offer. Of course, do what you feel like you want to do. What do you feel like you want to do years from now? What do you think will make you happy in that career years from now? And you do research, like what are some jobs with this major or this minor, things like that. But I will say, do not pick something freshman year that you're unsure about. Like if you say, oh, I want to be a nurse, and then later on to say, never mind, I want to be IT. I want to work in IT or be an engineer. So if you don't know like which route you want to go, what road you want to go down, I would say as a freshman, just pick undecided. As a freshman, because you never know, something may happen where you might even want to transfer universities. And what people don't know is like, for example, my university is a private institution. Their university is state funded, which means
it's public.
It's Shaw University, not Shaw State University. They went to UNC Pembroke, which is University of North Carolina at Pembroke. She went to NC State, North Carolina. That means it's state funded. We are private, so that means the way they run things at private institutions and the way they run things at state funded schools are totally different. So if I was to choose that I wanted to be a nurse at Shaw, we don't have nursing program there, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to be a nurse and I said on my application my minor or major, my major would be nurse, and I'll go be nursing freshman year doing my nursing thing. Then I said, oh, I want to transfer schools and I'm going to go to like UNCG. They're not going to just take my credits that easy and transfer them over.
Like one.
They're going to do the basic class, like freshman math, freshman English. You know, they're going to do that. They're not going to take, that's why you need to be very careful when you're picking your major and your minor as freshmen. If you're not sure, do undecided until you do your research and figure out what you want to do. You might even not pick a major until your sophomore year, and that's fine. Because I think you have 2 years before you can not transfer. Like, I think you can go to a university for 2 years, and then after that 2 years, you have to stay there.
No, because I transferred after my sophomore year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 2 years, freshman, sophomore, ain't that?
Yes. No? So I don't know if
it's probably a certain number of credits.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't think you can transfer from one university to another after your sophomore year, right? Like you can't be a junior and transfer.
I feel like you could, but I wouldn't. I don't know.
Wait, never mind. That's for a private institution. I'm sorry. I'm speaking from private institution. My bad. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is just do your research before you choose and you're stuck there. Because I went to Shaw 2011. I picked my major, and then I transferred to Clark Atlanta, and that's another private institution. But they didn't take all my credits because I was already taking the classes that Shaw had for business. So Shaw might have business 101 as that being your freshman course, and Clark Atlanta was like, oh, we don't offer that class, so that don't count. Like we don't even know what that is, you know? So being at a private institution, they basically can make their own rules with their classes and what amount of credits that class can hold. It's just really different. So just be mindful when you're going to pick a university and then when you're going to pick your minor and your major.
Yep, that is so true. And I think the challenging part about going in as a freshman, I feel like college is like one of the those are the prime years where you're finding yourself. You're figuring out what you like, what you don't like. And I feel like a lot of people go in thinking they want to be one thing, and then by the end of their college journey, they realize, I prefer to do something else. And that was me. I I went into college thinking I was going to go into the medical field. If I wasn't going to be an anesthesiologist, I would be a pediatrician. And if that didn't work out, I would just settle for a physician assistant. And by the end of it, I was graduating with a business degree with a concentration in entrepreneurship.
Completely.
And then you got a master's in.
And then I got a master's in global luxury management. Like, doctor, there's nothing in regards to my education that speaks towards the doctor. But I think you should be okay with kind of settling for undecided your freshman year, because by the time you hit your sophomore year, you might not, you might be feeling a completely different way. You've started school, you started learning about this topic you may have been interested in, and you realize, I'm not really feeling it. So towards what Nikki said, yeah, just if you aren't absolutely 100 about it, go undecided and just start playing around with different electives to see if there is something that sparks your interest, so you're not wasting your time and money, because that's how you end up being a 5th, 6th year college student.
Amen to that. It's other reasons too, but that right
transferring is that too. I was a 5th year senior because I transferred from UNCG to NC State. All of my credits didn't transfer, so I kind of had to make it up with an additional year, but that was okay with me.
That was okay.
I did 5
and there's nothing wrong. I did 5 too.
Because
we all did 5.
I switched my major.
Yeah.
Well, I did 5 because I was getting involved in some activities on campus that required me to stay an extra year. So
yeah.
And then I did transfer too and came back. So.
Now that don't mean you gotta rush or it's
because it's not a rush.
It's
as long
okay.
as you finish.
But
as long as you finish.
Don't be up in there 8, 9 years switching and undecided and all of that. Like
That's
at some
why
point
I
you
said
gotta know what you wanna
freshman year,
do.
that's the foundation. That is the foundation.
Don't go in just to party. Actually go in there and be about your business, because when you get out, like, you're
gonna have all the time in the world to party. That's another thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I came in freshman year with, I did not graduate with, because they came and had a different approach to me. Like, they were way more, like, freshman year, they was wilding. I'm talking about not going to class.
My freshman year.
After that first semester, they was going to the club, not going to class, or just, like, they literally was just treating school like a vacation. Like, they were just there, not even going to class. I mean, wasting their parents' money. Yeah. And my upbringing was a little different, so I knew that I had to go to class. Like, I can go party, have a good time, but I knew my mama was not paying that much money, or scholarships and stuff was not about to do that, and just for me to waste it. And that's my second point. Just because you're already in college doesn't mean it's too late to start applying for scholarships and stuff. You can be a junior and still get a scholarship. They offer that sometimes. Yep. You just have to go to your...
And even if you got like a little job or something on the side while you in school, check with them, because when I was working at Bojangles, they did scholarship.
Food Lion too, for any Food Lion employees. Food Lion.
So check with your jobs. You just never know. Get that money.
Those churches. Sometimes high school students get scholarships from Greeks too. Like,
Yep. So we've talked about putting yourself out there, joining clubs, figuring out your major, scholarships. I think in terms of scheduling classes, we should hit on that. Because I learned how to finesse the system in college.
Let us hear this, because I finesse all the time, but I need to hear this.
So if I didn't want Friday classes, I would put my longer classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So stack your long classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, because the long classes only are 2 days a week, where the 50-minute classes are 3 days a week. So stack your Mondays and Wednesdays with your long classes and your 50 minutes. And then there may be, I don't know, in some cases they may have 50 minutes on Tuesdays or Thursdays, or just put 50-minute long classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays too. That way you may sit in class for an extra 20-30 minutes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but if you go out for college night, you ain't got to worry about getting up Friday morning to go to your 8 a.m. or whatever class. You're good. So be strategic about that. But if it's one of those classes where they have only an 8 a.m. and you are required, just bite the bullet and take the 8 a.m. class. Or if it's something that only has Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then bite the bullet and take it. But if you can avoid Friday classes, do that so you can have your 3 days.
I was a thug. I had 8 o'clock classes Monday through Friday.
I did too.
Don't do that.
I was just going to speak on my experience. My experience at my school, see, we had Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday classes were 50 minutes. Tuesdays and Thursdays was an hour and 15 minutes.
That's how.
So what I did is I just decided that I was going to put all of my classes early in the morning. So I had an 8 o'clock class every day. And then that way, if I needed to leave on the weekend, I knew my classes
Would be
8 o'clock.
done.
That's it. And I only had one class on Fridays.
Yeah,
So
so it'll work out for you, but like
you
you
can
said,
finesse it.
Now if you out partying and shit like that,
You might want to start at 10 or
yeah, because I think it's only 50-minute classes, guys. Like, do not get caught up in your dorm room.
Right.
Like, people used to literally come to class, 8 o'clock class, sweatpants,
Yep.
big t-shirts.
NC State pajamas. They just didn't give a fuck. They
Pajama
probably didn't
pants.
brush their teeth that
But
morning.
guess
No
what?
pajamas.
You're in there though. You're not getting graded on your looks. You're getting
Right.
graded for your attendance
now I was a
and your
sweatpants
participation.
fanatic, but no pajamas. Now go looking presentable, you know.
saying,
Look a little.
people
Look,
take care.
whatever you got to do to get there.
Yeah.
Get there, right.
Get
But
there.
damn, t-shirt, jeans, throw something on. No one no pajamas. That's like wearing a bonnet to class.
That's true.
Well,
I can't
y'all,
remember
my
mine.
experience is different because I went to an HBCU.
It was probably more
It was the
acceptable.
black culture.
Yeah.
So people was definitely in there in bonnets. Not me.
Hair
but
wrap.
people
Yeah.
was in their hair wrap. Yeah, I mean,
Now
hey,
we done had people bring kids to
I
class.
was gonna say, and their babies in the car seat. Sure did. That just shows me.
I didn't mind that though, cause they kids was actually quiet,
Yeah.
so it wasn't a disturbance or nothing like that. It was smooth.
Another thing I would say is, I don't know if Shaw or UNC Pembroke had it on campus, but like, utilize your resources on campus. They had therapists on campus that we could go to for the free. Like, you could even do couples counseling as long as your boyfriend or your girlfriend was on the same, like, went to the same school as you. Free therapy sessions. I have a therapist now, and she ain't cheap. So my thing is, I wish I would have utilized the free therapy that they offer on campus, because it's confidential. So whatever you go there and talk to them about, whatever you're going through, they legally cannot say that to anyone else. So your secrets are safe there. Sometimes I think people find themselves confiding in the wrong people, and it makes them feel even worse. Why not just go to a professional and talk about that shit, and then you can keep it moving? So utilize that resource. They got the student health center. You can go there. You can go get condoms there. You can go get checked there.
And when they do the free STD testing, even if you ain't fucking, go get tested. Just because it's free, do it. Just do it so you can say you got tested. Because I used to do it just to say I got tested. Yeah.
Well, at my university, we had a career development center that a lot of people did not know about, where they actually help you start building your career. So they'll help you with resumes. They'll get your resume started. They'll start your LinkedIn. They'll help you get your LinkedIn profile together. And of course, you get your interns and stuff through there. Every intern I've ever had, I got through the career development center at Shaw.
So utilize them resources.
Those resources, and that stuff is free. Because you know why? We pay so much in tuition.
Yep.
So all that stuff is for free. So utilize it. Do not take that tuition money you spend it in vain. Use that stuff that's provided.
And just be out clubbing every Thursday. Talking about free before 12 and 11. You better go and use that stuff now.
Right. I think one interesting tip that I had gotten from a professor, and I wish I would have listened to him then. He was like, y'all get all this extra money from financial aid. Like right now, for most of them, you don't have a kid. Some of y'all don't have jobs. Y'all don't have any major bills. If you want to start a business, use your financial aid to start your business. Like, this is the perfect time for you to do that. You don't really have any major liabilities. So if you have a business idea in mind, use that resource.
I'm gonna be real honest.
And
That's a good idea, and I wish I would have thought about
but
that.
it's more people younger starting businesses now
Yes,
than
it
it was
is.
back
Than
then.
when we were, but like that wasn't a big thing when I was a freshman, like starting businesses and all that. But like when I was getting refund checks, I was getting big checks, and I moved off campus. So in my mind, my use for my refund check was to pay my rent off for the whole year. So that's what I did.
You can do
and
that.
I still had
that's smart.
money left over.
Yeah.
So that's true though. Starting a business and you'll be getting profit later on back. You'll get that money right back.
Or even invest it. Look, invest that shit so you can multiply it.
Even though you gotta pay that shit back. Don't get it twisted now. You gotta pay that shit back.
Investing in something that can double that.
Yeah, so you gonna have no problem paying it back. But look, everybody's story is different. And that's why it's good to have people like us to tell our experiences. See, they went to
Yeah.
PWIs and I went to HBCU.
So you get the best of everybody.
Yeah, maybe one day we should do a comparison of HBCUs and PWIs and our experiences.
I think that's a great idea.
Yep.
I think so too.
So I guess the last piece of advice we could give for y'all is to have as much fun as possible. Like, you're there to get an education, but college life goes by so damn fast. Nikki said
So
8
fast.
years.
8
bro.
years.
It's been 8 years.
Since
Man, how many years
Can
has
y'all
been since
guess
you graduated high
can
school?
y'all guess how old we are? Since she said it's been 8 years since her freshman year of college.
40.
I'm playing.
But yeah, have as much fun as possible. Meet as many people as you can. Like, take advantage of all that you can while you're in school. Because look, adult life hits you
Quick.
hits you hard.
And I was like, dang, I was just a college student, carefree.
Yeah.
All I had to do was go to
They want
class.
my mama.
All I had to do was go to class. My mom was paying my car note. She was paying my phone bill.
Right.
A car. Only thing I had to do was work part-time at Food Line.
All I had to do was show up to class.
All I had to do was go to class.
Legit, all I had to do was show up
That's
to
To
it.
class. That's the least y'all could do. It's like, if your parents are that much supportive, the least you could do is make them proud. God
Right.
damn, go to class.
Right.
Don't try to be grown. I ain't going today. You can have them days sometimes, but don't do it all the time, because then you ain't gonna.
Bitch, I probably
prosper.
had one of them days. Just one.
I was too.
Out of 5 years, I probably only had one.
My
I felt guilty
professors,
when I didn't go to
they
class.
just thought so highly of me because I was on time to class every day and I sat in the front every day.
Yes.
So when I missed the class, my professor would email me and say, "Are you okay? You weren't in class today?"
Yep.
Or I would email them. You
When
know,
you connect with them professors, that's how that turns your C to an A. Trust me.
big time.
Go to them office hours. But okay, you guys, it's been so nice chatting, and we'll see you in the next video.